4. This is Teacher Mark. Our lesson for today is all about the life cycle of animals and the environment. So our lesson is life cycle. So what is life cycle? The changes that take place in an animal as it grows and develops from zygote until death. Reproduction. Animals reproduce in different ways. Organisms produce offspring through reproduction. Metamorphosis. The change in form and structure and in its size. Okay, so this is the stage wherein you, when the animals is changing to its form. Life cycle of animals and environment. There is two branches of metamorphosis in animals. First one is complete metamorphosis. The third one is incomplete metamorphosis. Examples of complete metamorphosis: life cycle of butterfly, life cycle of mosquito. In incomplete metamorphosis, life cycle of frog, dolphin, human, and dog, and lots more. So what is complete metamorphosis? It has a four stage in their life cycle. Egg, first stage is egg, wherein it is called unborn stage. Next to egg is larva, which is stage where the organism spends most of its time feeding and eating. Usually they look like worm. Next is pupa. Pupa is wherein it is an inactive stage wherein no feeding or eating is done by the larva as it undergoes development. And pupa is this is the stage wherein you call it metamorphosing stage. And lastly, adult. Adult is an organism grows and develops parts exactly like a fully grown adult and is now matured and ready to produce. So, what is life cycle of mosquito? The life cycle of mosquito starts when a female mosquito lays in its egg on the surface of the stagnant water. When you say stagnant water, this is a dirty water that you can find in your backyard, uh, on your sometimes maybe in the after the rain came for pour it from the roofs. So wrangler or larvae, this is what you call baby mosquito. It likes dirty water. So, about 9 to 14 days is the total completion for life cycle of the mosquito. Okay, as you may see here, so this is the this is the life cycle or example of life cycle of mosquito. So, first is the eggs, larva or the riddler, and it will turn into pupa, and then it will become to adult mosquito. And sooner, this mosquito will lay again egg, 1,000 or hundreds of eggs, and then larva. And so it repeats the life cycle of it. Next, what about life cycle of butterfly? This is an example of complete metamorphosis because they have at least four stages of life. Eggs are laid on plants by the adult female butterfly. These plants will then become the food for hatching caterpillars. Next, caterpillars or larvae, this is what you call the baby butterfly. They not look like its adult butterfly, but it is they are just consuming their time just for eating and feeding, eating for grass, eating for plant or the leaf of the plant. So when the caterpillar is full grown and stop eating, it becomes pupa. The pupa of butterflies is also called chrysalis. Chrysalis is what you call the pupa of the butterfly. So as you may see in the picture, so first is the egg, second is the larvae or the caterpillar, pupa or the chrysalis, and then adult. Okay. So incomplete metamorphosis. It has three stages in their life. So when you say incomplete, there are three, and complete is four, at least four. So first stage here is egg. So what is egg? Again, unborn stage. So next is nymph. Nymph is once an insect hatches from an egg, it goes through several nymphal stages. As it feeds, develop into an adult through molting. So some of the insects call their babies nymph, like cockroach and dragonfly. So that's what they call their babies. Okay? So the dragonfly, the grasshopper, the cockroach, they call their babies as a nymph. So next is the adult. So adult is a full-size insect often distinguishable from nymph by its size and presence of wings. So this is the evolution for it, for an adult insect. Okay? So this is the life cycle of frog. Frog is an example of incomplete metamorphosis where first is a frog begins a life as a fertilized egg. A female frog lays a lot of eggs at one time in a pond. The eggs float on water in a jelly mass or cluster. When the tadpole hatch, it looks more like a fish than a frog. Doesn't have any legs. It has a gills that allow it breathe to underwater. So the frog tails will eventually disappear completely and it will start to eat insect instead of plants from the water. The young frog will grow for about 2 to 4 years to become an adult. So this is in this picture. So this is the life cycle of the frog, wherein this the egg mass. They will become tadpole sooner, and tadpole with legs, a young frog or a froglet. Some people says I call it metamorphosing froglet. Again, this is metamorphosing froglet. And then sooner or later it will become adult. The tail will cut down. Okay. Next. So a life cycle of dolphin. A baby dolphin called a calf. Next, it's take about 12 minutes for it to be born. When born, it comes out of tail first and its wide open. It's ready to find the mate at 3 to 8 years of age, and it also bear a calf every 1.5 years and build the family its own. So these are the life cycle of dolphin: birth, calf, adult dolphin, and pregnant dolphin. So for humans, birds and every reptiles have very simple life cycle of three stage. So as you may see the picture, so they have only a simple life cycle of three stage. So this is an example of life cycle of human, life cycle of chicken. So in that three stages, birth, young, and adult. So they are considered as a incomplete metamorphosis. And also, the young is typically smaller and it appears the same or similar to the parent. So as you see, the chick is similar to adult and as we, a human, is similar for our adult. Remember, all organisms go through a life cycle. They are born, they grow up, they reproduce, and they die. Different groups of organisms have different kinds of life cycle. Okay? Metamorphosis is the change in form and structure of an organism that occurs after birth to its adult stage. So, and easily in addition, you can easily know if it is incomplete and complete, where if a complete stage has a four stages, and while the incomplete is only have three stages. For that, thank you and have a blessed day.